I had really bad acne for over 15 years, and I tried upwards of 7 different really big lifestyle shifts to heal that acne, to clear that acne, and none of them really worked. But I wanted to kind of share the story on a few of them because I feel like you might have tried them too and may want a better solution. So let's go. Hi there, my name is Therese, and after 15 years of acne struggles, I finally cleared my skin naturally and created my acne clearing program, The Clear Code, to help you do the same. 10 years and thousands of clients later, I've made it my life's work to get you clear skin without harsh chemicals, pills, and/or creams. So make sure you subscribe to my program and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. I had acne for 15 years, as you just heard me mention, and I tried a lot of different things to try to clear it. I remember one of the first things that I tried was I actually went keto. So that meant, in simple terms, that meant that I only eat fats and proteins and stay in ketosis for an extended period of time, which meant that my body started using other sources of fuel instead of glucose. And it was really interesting because I actually liked keto in some ways. I feel like it helped me feel way more satiated. I felt full longer, which is gonna bring me to something I'll share about in a second. But I felt full for longer, generally speaking. And I also didn't have the cravings that I had when I was consuming largely and or focusing largely on things like sugar, for example. So when you're having things like simple carbohydrates or even a lot of complex carbs, but you're not having a lot of protein and or fats in your diet as well, you get into a bit of a challenge because your body's consuming glucose really quickly and you're going to spike your blood glucose levels up. And then what happens is your body distributes insulin to lower your blood sugar levels. And then as a result, you get into this kind of situation where you're on this kind of crash up and down experience. Let me know if that sounds like you, where you get hungry and or you find you're starving all the time and or after you eat within like a half an hour, you're starving. That is usually, broadly speaking, usually a result of not having enough proteins and fats in the meals that you're consuming. And so as a result, you'll end up having these kind of blood sugar spikes and crashes, and that leads to more cravings. The second thing that I tried, let me know if you've tried this one as well, was veganism to try to heal my acne naturally. I support everyone's choices in life always. I always want you to do what's best for you. I liked veganism, some elements of it. I liked that it made me, when I was doing it correctly, I was eating a lot of vegetables. I was just eating a lot of vegetables. But I will say, my energy levels were like on the floor. And I work out a lot. And I found that it was completely unsustainable if I wanted to build these. No, but for real, I could not lift weights the way I wanted to. I didn't have the energy that I wanted and or needed to have. And so it became really prohibitive over time. I also felt like too, a lot of vegans are commonly low and or deficient in specific B vitamins. And that was often the case for me. And those are the same vitamins that are going to negatively impact your skin if you're deficient in them as well. So if you struggle with nutrient deficiencies anyways, and or if you've been on the pill or a long-term antibiotic, for example, and then you go vegan, you're just a little bit more likely to be nutrient deficient in a certain amount. Specific vitamins that are going to negatively impact your skin. The next thing I tried, and I'm sure you've tried this often, was the pill, the birth control pill. I think I tried at least 4 different options. I tried orthotricycline low, low estrin, Yaz. Yaz was my last one because when I tried Yaz, my brain exploded. The birth control pill can help you do so many things, right? It can help regulate your cycle. It can help you avoid unwanted pregnancies, for example, but it can't fix the fix the problem of your acne at the root. It really only masks the symptoms. It's like putting a Band-Aid on top of a larger problem and like hoping it goes away. It's truly, if you're taking the pill for your acne, I have learned, just for your acne. So if you're just taking the pill just for your acne, you are truly masking the symptom of a larger issue that is just going to show up later down the line. It's just going to be a problem the second you go off, and you can't stay on the pill forever. And I found that to be true for me. I hated the pill. It made me feel crazy. It made me gain a ton of weight. I had mood swings like wild. What else happened? It usually did help my skin. I will say with Yaz, I grew like 3 cup sizes, which sounds cute, but was not cute. I like my body the way it is, number 1. Number 2, it was painful. Oh, the whole thing. I hated it. And I just knew that it wasn't like actually addressing the root of the issue. Let me know if you've had a bad experience with birth control. It was rough. My next toxic love affair, I will say, with a product to try to heal my acne was Proactive. Was that a toxic love affair? You wanna know why it was toxic? Because it was up and down. Every time Proactive, first of all, when I learned about Proactive, I started Proactive, it was like a miracle. For the first 6 months, it was like my skin was beautiful and everything was fantastic and my life was changed, right? But then slowly I would start to break out again. And then I would be fully broken out for about 6 months. And then Proactive would come out with a new formulation or a new blah, 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 right? Like, oh, we added a new toner, a new whatever. And I'd get really excited and I would try it and it would help for another 3 to 6 months and then it would stop. Does that sound familiar? And so the reason I say it was a toxic love affair was because there was these constant highs and lows. It was better and then it was worse, and then it was better and then it was worse. And that went on for maybe a decade. It never actually fixed the problem. And I will say now that I know way more about topical treatments for your acne, it makes total sense. Really what was happening was just my skin was responding well initially to the antibiotics in the Proactive, but it wasn't necessarily fixing the issue long term, number 1. And then number 2, what happens is your skin and or the bacteria at the pore can become resistant to whatever antibiotics that you're using. And so that was what was happening every time, which was sad. My next toxic love affair in terms of acne treatments was doxycycline. Any type of oral antibiotic, it was a toxic love affair because I would take it and it would usually help. It would address my skin challenges. It would fix the issue for a little bit. And then what would happen would be I wouldn't be able to poop for days. I became usually severely constipated after about a month of using something like doxycycline. I will say short-term antibiotic use is always fine, number 1. Number 2, always do what your doctor says for any antibiotics, number 2. Number 3, initially when I would take the antibiotic orally, it would work a little bit in terms of it would help gut stuff. I would go to the bathroom more routinely and more kind of, in a routine. But then after about a month or 2, it was clear that it had killed a lot of the good bacteria in my gut and in my microbiome, and I couldn't go to the bathroom. And I still to this day deal with and or struggle with and or have to constantly troubleshoot constipation issues. And it's definitely linked to long-term antibiotic use because I had acne a long time ago. I am not a spring chicken anymore. I had acne a long time ago. I shouldn't say that. But I'm not 22. And when I had acne, you took oral antibiotics for an extended period of time, like years. And so that's what I did. And it didn't go well. Next up, toxic love affair. And actually, I shouldn't even say love affair. It was just more like a toxic affair, was tea tree oil. Tea tree oil. Bless my mom. She knew I would have mental breakdowns every day about my acne. Let me know if that's you. I really would. I remember I would wake up in high school every morning. I would wake up and the first thing I would do before I would even get out of bed would be to feel my face, to be like, what acne is there right now? Do you do that? So that's the first thing I would do. And then I would feel new breakouts and then I would go to the mirror and I would have a mental breakdown and I would scream and cry in the mirror and get very annoyed, maybe twice a week. My poor parents. And so my mom was constantly trying to find things that would help. I will say she recommended probiotics, and I always recommend probiotics. And I have a whole video about gut health and your acne here. And I did not listen to her. And then also though, she would recommend topical things, like topical natural things. And one of them was tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is great because it has antibacterial qualities, anti-inflammatory properties. It actually is good for skin and healing overall. When I had acne, again, a long time ago, tea tree oil came in a really, really pure, like purified form, really condensed, really thick. It smelled thick. And oh, you would use it as a roller ball and you would like roll it all over your acne. Oh my God. I still to this day cannot smell tea tree oil, but I would roll it on my face and I would gag as I was rolling it. And then I would sit there and like try not to smell anything for an hour, and it didn't work. And it made my heart so sad because I wanted it to, because I knew deep down that like a natural option was probably the way, even then. But oh, tea tree oil. One of the final things that I tried at the end of my acne journey, which probably ultimately led to me creating my clear code, was going paleo. And what paleo did for me was it helped me understand satiety. Going back to keto at the beginning of this video, right? I had a pretty bad diet before I cleared my acne. I ate a lot of crap, not gonna lie. One thing though that, or rather one of the byproducts of this bad diet was that I would eat a lot and I would still be hungry. Like I was constantly starving, and that made no actual sense. And so one of the things that I realized via going paleo and having that experience was how much we needed protein and healthy fats. Again, especially. I needed way more proteins and fats if I was gonna work out the way I did, and I didn't know that. And my constant hunger was just a sign that I wasn't fueling my body correctly. So going paleo wasn't sustainable for me long term because of how it was very, very like meat heavy. And while I like meat and I think it's great for you and I eat meat, it wasn't enough veggies and fruits for me. So I wanted a more comprehensive plan, a more sustainable plan, which led me to creating my Clear Code, which is my natural acne clearing program. If you feel like you have tried everything to heal your acne, if you feel like nothing has worked, and also if you're starting to feel like you're becoming afraid of food, you don't know what to eat, you're feeling like anything you touch or anything you look at from a food perspective is making your acne worse, and you want a sustainable long-term plan to clear your acne naturally, keep it clear, and eat whatever you want, that's what we do in my natural acne clearing program. And you can click the link below to apply. It's an invite-only program, and we hop on the phone, we chat back and forth about you, your skin, your journey, all the things. And if it sounds like I can help you reach your goals for your skin, I'll share a little bit more about what I do, how it all works, and then you and I can decide if working together is a good fit for us. That being said as well, I also have a root acne triggers webinar that you can check out via the link below too. It has 7 root acne triggers plus 9 action steps you can take to start to heal your acne naturally. I wanted to share this video for you because I feel like so many of us have tried so many different things, and I wanted to let you know that above all else, if you've been trying everything you can possibly think of to clear your acne and you haven't yet, and you've done literally everything that I just mentioned, please know that there's hope. And like this video, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you check out the next one. And or if you're interested in applying to the Clear Code, click the link below. See you in the next one.